Aloha, Rich Alverson here. This is ICS211. And in this video, I'm going to go over lab number 4, which is the authoring assistant, along with the enhancement. So let me share my screen. All right, on the right, we have what the assignment looks like in Lamaku. So basically, we're going to do the authoring assistant program, lab 20-4 in chapter 20, and get that running Visual Studio Code. And then we're going to add a U function, which will make the uppercase letter, which will make uppercase the first letter of the first word of a sentence. Okay, so first of all, let me just show you here. So like if the text you're working on looks like this, you notice that, they're the first word of the sentences, uh, they are not capitalized. And so what this function will do is correct that. All right, so let's see, this will make more sense after we go over lab 20-4. So what we're doing is we're creating a system where first of all you enter in some text, and then you're able to do some operations on it. And these are the operations. You can count up the number of non-white space characters. Count up the number of non-white space characters. You can count up the number of words. You can find text. You can search for text. You can replace all of the exclamation points with periods, kind of a dumb thing. You can shorten double spaces to single spaces, and then you can quit. Okay. So let's okay, so first of all, okay, and then it tells us how to proceed here. First, we're going to implement the menu method that takes 3 parameters, which is the user text and the scanner object and the user's choice. And then this method will actually execute the menu option, and we'll have a separate method for each menu option. So anyway, let's if an invalid character is entered, you just go back and prompt the user for a valid choice. All right, so you can go in there and make sure that's all in. Okay, so this is what the menu will look like. And then before the menu executes, you're going to have this thing where the first thing that happens is the system asks for some text, you enter it in, and then it says it back to you, and then it displays out the menu, and then the user chooses something, and then it does it by responding. Words, enter a. So here it's find text. The first parameter is the text to be found in the user provided sample text, and the second parameter is the user provided sample text. Anyway, so enter the word. Okay, and then it says how many of them it finds. Here we're editing, and so it displays back the edited text, where I guess it's here it see the okay, so here's, let's see, this replaces the exclamation point, which was this. Anyway, all right, so let's get started. this is what we're starting with, basically nothing. Okay, we're starting with just that. Okay, so I have opened that up in Visual Studio here. And so okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prompt the user. Okay, so we have this scanner, start typing our code here. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is say well, let's see. I'm gonna have a string called input string, and I'm gonna have a menu choice coming in, which is gonna be just a character, and I'll initialize it to blank. And then I'm gonna print out system out print line. The print line is going to print enter sample text. Oh, sure. All right. All right. And then it's going to grab it. So I'm going to say using just the next line, input string equals the scanner that we define, scanner objects, SCNR dot next line. So that reads it in, and then I'm going to print it out just to say system out print line you quote there, you entered um, and I think I'm going to put it on the next line. Oops, do that. I'm going to put a space in the beginning too. All right, you can do whatever you want there. I think the if you're using if you're gonna plug it in down here and actually submit it for grading, there's probably a more specific formatting that they're gonna want that you're gonna want you to follow, and you can make those adjustments if you decide that's what you're gonna do. But anyway, so we'll print that out and and just do this. Oops. Anyway, all right. Okay, so that asks the that reads it in and displays it back out again. Let's see, to run this, I don't have it set up to run, so you're just gonna have to run it. For this to run, it's got to be in a folder. Then this is just a text file. So you can confirm that works. That prints that out, and then after that, uh we're gonna have a menu. Let's see. I'm gonna make the menu part of the main program. Does it tell me to make a separate menu? Oh, implement the print menu method. Okay, so you have to have a print menu. All right, so I'm going to have a print menu method. So down here, I'm going to have a print menu, which I don't have yet. Um, and then it's going to be something like while the menu choice, which is defined up here. In fact, I'm going to put this down. It's more sense to have down. While menu choice is not it's a character, so I can it's a primitive, so I can use that. While it's not equal to Q, do something. Guess I don't type type. Okay, anyway, so inside here, it's going to uh, print out print line, choose a function or whatever. Didn't. Okay. And then I'm going to say, oh, then I'm going to ask to get it. Menu choice, equals scanner dot next. I guess you're gonna type it in and you're gonna press the enter key. So it'll be a whole line. Um, and I guess it's gonna be, why do I have to do that? I think I just have to look at the first character. And so my notes here have it where I'm looking at a character. So you're going to type something in. You're going to type something and you're going to press enter. And we're only going to care about the first character because we are looking at a character because menu choice is a character. So it's a character. And then I have down here if we use a switch statement or whatever, but I'm just going to be lazy. If menu choice equals D, D for display, um, and I'm just going to add those in. You're going to have to add those in, or I'm going to have menu choice equals, uh, I'm going to have my U function in there. And then I'm going to have a bunch of other ones. And let me, oh, they're right here on the left here. I'm just going to do a bunch of those. Copy, paste, B. So that's going to be, there's D. What's D? Oh, D was in my notes. Okay. Okay. Anyway, C, W, F, uh, R, S, Q. Guess I can spell Java as this. And so anyway, it's going to be, I'll put these in here. C, W, F, R. There's, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I'll leave that up. This is S, and this is Q. And we're also going to have U, right? U. U for uppercase. That's the function. Oh, what's that you say? It's this. We're going to add this one. So our menu is going to look like that, this instead of this. All right, so let's go back to here. Um, all right, so we're calling print menu. Um, okay, let's finish this. Curly brace. If it's inside here, we're going to have a function which will execute the menu. That's this execute menu, and that's going to have a parameter of the menu choice and the input string and scanner. So it can use it. Oh yeah, because it may want to ask the user something. Okay, so it executes that, and then I guess we're going to print the menu out again. That's why we need it twice. Print menu. Hmm. Okay, so this is the let me all right. So we need to write print menu and we need to write execute menu. So let's go up here. Oh, we got to write a bunch of stuff. Uh, okay, so that's gonna go um, up above here. Define your methods here. What's right there? Okay. First of all, let's do print menu. So I'm gonna do public static void. I'm not gonna return anything. Print menu, and I don't need to. There's not going to be any kind of input parameters, and inside print menu, I'm going to do a bunch of system outs. Menu, and there's one, and I'm going to do a bunch more. So I'm just going to do this. Copy. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm also going to have the U function, something like that there too. All right. So after menu, I have oh, copy this and I'll paste it here. It's gonna work. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's do this one. Again, there's probably an easier way to do this. Paste. I'm gonna go use my key, like my keyboards. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and I'm going to do the U function. I'll just go over here, grab this, copy, paste, and then the quit. Copy, paste. Okay, so this should work. When this is called, it just prints this stuff out like that. Let's see. Um, or maybe you want to do another. Do this. Okay, so replace all. This is. Oh, I guess that should. Hope that works. Well, my notes have a backslash there, but so it'll. Anyway, all right. So I don't get it here. All right, okay. So this displays out the menu. So when that executes, that's going to go there, and then we got to do this execute menu thing. And that's going to be probably a little bit bigger method. It's going to be public static void execute menu. And we're going to get the menu option, which is a char. And then we're going to get the string to, the text. Now I'm going to just call it str. And then we're going to also bring in the scanner that we declared earlier above SC. And I'll just call that SCN also, like it is above. Okay, and then curly. All right. So in here, we're going to have a bunch of options. All right, so I'm going to leave that for you to put in. Okay, so we're gonna let's look for each of these plus the U, okay? Plus the U. So I'm gonna have a if option equals, and these are characters, that's why we're doing it. C. If that's the case, then do something. And I'm just gonna print out what C is. System out print line. It's a number of non-white space characters. Okay, so you're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna that, and you're probably gonna have some sort of method that does that, and I'll get to that later. But in the meantime, I want to do a boom else if option equals W. Dun, dun. Hmm. Yes, it shouldn't be like that. Should. It's not that consistent, right? Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to put this here. Copy, paste. All right, so this is W is number of words. Number of words. I'm just going to put this. number of words, and then we're also going to have, okay, this is what I'm a copy. Um, no, yeah, copy this, copy this, copy, and then I go, it's for words, and this is paste, define text, and then paste for replacing all exclamation points, paste for shortened spaces, paste for uppercase thing, and I don't need anything. I just think I don't need anything else, do I? Okay, so let's fill this in. F for find text. F find text. And I'm going to be editing this. It's not okay. Okay, so then I'm going to have an R for replace all exclamation points. Exclamation points. Yeah, right. Oh, I got it right up here. The S is shortened spaces. Copy this. And U is going to be this. Copy. This is U. U, and it's this. Cool. All right. All right. So this is execute menu, and then inside here we're going to do some things. Let's see. I tell you what, I'm gonna edit this so we can actually try to execute it. Hold on a second here. Okay, so I've moved this code into a directory called authoring assistant, and I've renamed the file authoring assistant.java. So now I can execute this thing. And so I'm gonna execute this. I'm gonna execute what I've typed in. I think I do have an error in here, so let me just do that. Run and debug. Run. Oh, okay. I fixed it. Okay, I guess it's stored my fixed my. I had to put these double parentheses here, which I did not have before. So I put those there, and now it executes, and so it asks for sample text. I don't think it's gonna. Okay, it should work. So let me go over here, and I'm gonna copy this. Copy. Go back over here and paste it. Enter. Okay. It does not print out what I entered. I entered this. You entered. That didn't work, but it did print out the menu. Very good. Printed out the menu. So let's try a function C. It says number of non-white space characters menu. W. It says number of words. W number of words, and it prints out the menu again. All right. What happens? I do Q. Q. That quits. Back here. Okay. Great. So let me go back to this. Uh, um, so, all right. So, all right. So I have these there. Those look like they work. What am I going to do next? Let's start implementing some of these functions. Oh no, let's put in stubs for all the functions. Okay, so option C is going to call something like uh, there's going to be some function. Let's see, I'm going to do. Let's see. There'll be a function. Okay, I'm just going to system, and I'm going to say. So there's going to be a method get number of uh, um, non-white. Just going to say non-white. And a parameter or an argument is going to be the string that was input. Okay. So so first it's going to print this, and on the next line it's going to print whatever that is. And so let me write that. I can just write it right here. Let's see, get number, no, space characters. I can put that in. And I'm going to say public static, and I'm going to return an integer, get number of white, and I'm going to input string, and I'm going to call it user string. User string. How's that? User str. Okay. So I'm gonna get that, and inside here I'm gonna do for uh, variable I uh, equals 0 while I is less than the size of the user str dot length. But it puts that there automatically. And then I plus plus. That'll be that one. And so I'm going to loop, and I'm going to say for each one of those, I'm going to have a counter. If I'm going to use the character function, character methods, character, and I'm going to use the is white space. And what I'm going to be looking at is user dot the character at I, wherever. What's the little variable I? Okay, so if that character is oh wait, I'm looking for non-white space on it. So I'm gonna do if non-white space, then uh, count. So I'm gonna have a counter, I guess. One increment a counter. I gotta declare a counter. Int count equals string. Okay, so this is going to go through and it's going to just add them up. And then after it's all added them all up to the end, it's going to return that. Okay, so let's get number. Okay, so let's see if this actually works. I'm going to try to run this and see what happens. Run. Oh no, no. No, I got to fix the other bug first where when we are reading when we read in oh, I never, that's because I never printed out plus. I'll just, how's that? All right. And then, oh, I should put it. All right. So now let me try to run this. And enter sample text. Uh, this. And then enter that. And now count the number of non-white space characters. Let's see. It says 181. How do I know if that's right? Let's try another, let's add another function here. And that would be, let's do count the number. Oh, well, this is the same thing I entered in. So this should be, it should be whatever this answer is. 181. Okay, good. Got that right. Now it's not printing it out right. This thing prints it out after that, but you can fix that. Okay, so that works. All right, so now let's end this. All right, good. Uh, so you need to go through and create functions for all these. Execute menu is that one. And execute menu is right here. Oh, here we did that. So that's enter number of white space characters. So I'm just going to do some more copy pasting here. Um, get number of words. I'll just copy words. This is going to be something fine text. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I wonder if that's going to work. This is going to be the right structure for this. Fine text. And then I have a replace. Not sure. Replace explanation. Replace exclamation. All right, and then this can be shortened spaces, something. Shortened space, something like that. And this can be, what did I call it? I called it fixed capitalization. Fixed capitalization. All right. Well, I don't know how those are going to end up, but let's do one more here. Let's see. I think you can probably get a number of words. You can count. Let's see. You can have something like and you're going to go. If it is white space, if it is white space, and the okay, so here we're going to count the end of each word. So the end of each word would be a space after a non-space. So I'm going to start the loop at 1. So we're going to start at the second character. And if the character that we're at is white space, um, and the character um, at the is white space. Inside there is user string dot character at, and it's at I minus 1, the one character just before it. If this is not, if this is not white space, in other words, is white space. If this is false, in other words, it's not white space, uh, then you increment the count. So right. So you look at the character that you're at, and if it's a blank, then you look at the character just before it, and if it's not a blank, then you know that you're right at the end of a word. You're at the first character after the end of the word. And so you count up those. You count up the ending of words. Now at the very end, you also could possibly have a you except for if you won't be counting the very last word if the last character is not a space. So let's just look at the last word. If the last character, if this is false, I do this. If this is false. In other words, if it's not white space, in other words, if it's a character, then we want to increment count again. Okay, so that counts the last word. Okay, so great. This is get number of words, get number of words. That's a W function. Let's see if this works. Okay, enter sample text. Let's do this. So answers are is eight. And I want here, and I want to right click, and that goes there, and I press enter. And now I'm going to choose W. W. Uh, O. O. Oh, okay, why didn't it W? I did something wrong. I didn't it's choosing W. Where's execute? W. Okay. The word. Hmm. W. Okay, let's look at line 89 and line 50. And I tried another function here, and that didn't work. So it's not the number of words. It's line 89, which is execute menu, and line 50. And what I think happened is when I added all of these here, it made a bunch of errors. So I'm going to comment all these out. Comment these out. So now this section's commented out. Now let's try this again. I'm gonna try. First of all, paste that in there again. I'm gonna try C to see if that works. Does work. Now let me try W, and uh, got the error 96. I know. Let's see. 46 is this, and get number of words. The problem here is that this I. It should be user string length. Sure. I think that's the last character. Let's try this. Copy it. And let's try C because we know that works. One, let's try W and get 35. Is that what we get here? C, W, in other words, 35. Okay, great. Okay, so that works. All right, so let's try to do, I'll let you work on, let's see, actually replacing all. I'm going to let you work on finding text. Guess you're finding all the places where the text exists. Let's see. Find text. All right, let's see what that would look like. Public static integer find text. Go. And it's going to be string uh, text defined, and then string what the user string coming in. Right. And so what we're going to do is let's see if we can find okay, I'm going to have an integer called loc or location. And I'm going to say that location is equal to this user string. Oh, user string. Index of, I'm going to use the index of method, which is, so I'm looking for the index of the string to find. Okay, so loc is going to give me the location of the string to find. And then at the end, see, what am I returning? I'm just returning a count. It's how many times do I find it? Okay, so find text returns the number of instances of the word. Okay, so it just counts up the number of times it's there. Okay, so while, oops. Okay, I'm going to say that loc is equal to -1. I'm going to initialize it at -1. And then I'm going to go like this. And so, okay, while, okay, so if if this thing returns a -1, then that means that this word is not in this string. If this thing returns a -1, then that means that this word is not in the string. Otherwise, it's going to return the index of this word in the string. So while location is oh, see, I need to know more about this index. I guess I don't. Okay, so while the location is greater than or equal to 0, then count equals count plus 1. So I gotta have a counter because I'm counting up. Count, initialize that at 0. And then I gotta read this again, but the thing is, is I don't want to count um I don't want to count the same one over, so I want to hack off everything up to where I've counted. So I'm going to say user string equals user string substring of um of starting at loc plus one all the way to the end of the string, the user string length. Okay. So this is going to replace user string with um, the substring of user string starting after this word, starting right after this thing started up there, that plus one. Okay, so then that's what the new user string is going to be. And then it's going to see if location is in that, the upper part of it. And each time it loops around, it's going to see if, and it'll eventually be -0 because -1, because eventually there isn't going to be in there. And so I want to return count, don't I? Yeah. Okay. So this is find text. Let's see if this thing works. Oops. Oh, I think I'm running. Okay. Now run it. And let's copy some text here. Copy. And so let me do this and enter. Okay, I'm going to see C to C work. Yeah, C says 181 there. And then does W work? Oh, shoot. Yeah, but F's not going to work because it's not hooked up. Okay, so that means F's not hooked up. Find text. It's this thing. Okay, this has got to be hooked up. Let me take this out of here, right here. Cut. Paste. All right, there. So that enables F. Let's try this again. I gotta stop it first. Stop again. And I think I can just that. Oh no. Copy. Paste. And C works. There's bug 62. Find text. Is that not what the name of it is? Find text. Enter. Find. Find. I gotta learn what the word is. Okay. Uh, uh, the first one is to find, isn't it? All right, I gotta ask it. Copy. So enter word to find. Then it's gonna do that. And to find And I gotta initialize it, I guess. So here. It's a word, so string to find. And this is going to be to find is first. To find. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. Now let's run this. Uh, copy, copy, paste. C works, W works, F. Find text, enter word to find. Let's look for space. The final frontier. Two times, is that right? One, two. Is there a bigger word? More. Okay, let's see. It's more. Okay, so I'm gonna do quit. Let's run it again. F more. 5 times. Okay, so that works. All right. Now what you bought, you can work out the other ones. Let's do the enhancement one. I guess I didn't do anything where something changes. um, all right. All right, let's do fix capitalization. So I'm going to do fix public static string. It's going to return a string with the capitalization fixed. Fix capitalization. Fix capitalization. And it's going to take in a string. And I'm going to call the string user string. And put it there. Now, what is wrong? Fix. Fix capital. Okay, anyway, so I think that'll. All right, so I'm gonna start off by saying I'm gonna have a bar. Well, there. That fixes it. Yeah, that fixes it. Okay, great. Um, all right, so somewhere along the line, I'm gonna have a for I equals 0, I is less than user string length semicolon plus plus. So I'm going to have this thing and I'm going to have a variable. Okay, so let's say we're going to start out with the first word, the the very beginning of the sentence, the very first one, you're going to want that to be capitalized. Okay. Assuming it's not going to be a space. So the first thing you want that to be capitalized no matter what it is. So I'm just going to say, and we're going to have a Boolean variable called capitalize, which means capitalize the next word. So I'm going to go along. And if I find a period or an exclamation point or a question mark, something that ends a sentence, then I'm going to turn this capitalization flag on, capitalize, and I'm going to initialize that as true because once we start out, once we start, we're going to Boolean variable called capitalize, and so inside here, we're going to be at a character. If capitalize equals true, capitalize is true, then we're going to do something. And what we're going to do is we're going to first check to see if the character, okay, so if the character we're at is a letter, so I'm going to start, if character, I'm going to use the character thing here. If the character, I'm going to use is letter function. And what I'm looking to see as a letter is going to be the user string dot character at I. Okay, so I is going to index through if the character at index I, user string, that character is a letter. In other words, if this is true, then we want to capitalize it. So this is if the character at index I is a letter, the character at index I is a letter, then we want to make that a capital. Okay. Now, how do you make that a capital? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay, because it's pretty hard. So I got to take a user string. I'm gonna user string. I'm gonna rewrite user string. I'm gonna write back into user string. I'm gonna write in there. First of all, everything before the character. So that would be user string dot substring from 0 all the way to the current index minus 1. So it's going to be I because we aren't including the I. So that is the first part of. See, I'm going to start with that. And so this is the substring of user string up to but not including the character at index I. Okay, so that's what that is. Now user string contains that. And now I want to add to that user string equals user string plus the character at index I, and I want that to be capitalized. So I'm going to use the character to uppercase method. Character dot to uppercase. And what do I want to uppercase? I want to uppercase the user string dot character at I, right? Okay, so that's going to add, it's going to append, concatenate on the letter at index I capitalized. And then I got to tack on the rest of it. Wait a second, this isn't going to work because once this happens, then user string has changed already. So I can't do this all separated out like this. Actually, I can't. I'm going to call this user string one. No. All right, let me just, I have to add this. I have to append this way because I can't modify. So, so you're just going to have to understand this thing. So user string is going to be replaced with, this is the first part of user string up to the character. And then this is the actual character itself. And this is the actual character itself. But now it's capitalized, see, because we're using this case method. And then we got to append onto that or concatenate onto that the rest of user string. So it's user string dot substring from I plus one all the way to the end. I think we just need to do this. I think I just need to yeah, I think this will do it. I don't think I need to put in. Am I getting an error? No, I'm not. So this is going to be user string from index I plus one the rest of the way. So I could do, I guess I could do user string. How's that? Okay. So this takes user string and takes the character at a particular index and makes that character capitalized. Okay, so that's all that does. And so what we're doing is we're scanning through the user string one character at a time. And if this capitalized variable is true, then if it's a letter, we'll go ahead and capitalize it. If it's not a letter, else, if it's not a letter, if it is not white space, if character dot is white space of user string dot character at I, if that okay, if that is false, okay, so if the character okay, so it's going along, capitalization is true. If the character at the index is a letter, then you want to make it capitalized. Otherwise, if it is not white space, then that just means it's a number or it's something, but it's not. If it's white space, you want to leave it alone because you haven't gotten to the first character yet. So if it is white space, you don't want to do anything to it. You want to just increment to the character. No, if it is white space, you just want to increment to the next character. If it's not white space, okay, if it's not white space, then it's either a letter, in which case you capitalize it, or it's not a letter, it's a number or something else, and you don't bother capitalizing. But I forgot something here. After we're done capitalizing the letter, we want to set capitalized defaults because we're done. We've capitalized the next thing to capitalize. And I'm gonna let you take care of this one because this will work most of the time. And in fact, I'm not even sure that was necessary. So if capitalize is true and the next character is white space, then is not is a letter, then you capitalize it. Otherwise, I'm going to do close this. Otherwise, if capitalize is false, okay, if capitalize is false, then we want to look to see if we encounter something that ends a sentence. So it would be if user string dot character at I, if that character is a period, or if this is a copy, paste, paste, paste. If it is a period or it is let's say it's an exclamation point, or it is a question mark, let's say. Yeah, this might be okay. I might have been thinking about a case that doesn't exist, so I don't have to explain anything there. Okay, if um, if capitalization is false and it encounters one of these things, then it's time to set capitalization equal to true. Capitalized equals true, and so that means now the next. So it hit a period or an exclamation point or a question mark. The next um, letter it comes across, it's going to capitalize it. Okay, the next letter it comes across is going to capitalize it because it's going to set this to true, and it's going to come along here, and it's going to keep on going until well, capitalization is true. It's going to keep on checking till finally it finds it, and then it's going to set capitalize equal to false, and then um, it won't capitalize any more letters until it comes across a period or an exclamation point. All right. So I think I'm going to try to run this and see what happens. Okay, some sample text. I'm going to use this sample text. Okay, so there it is. This is got some lowercase with no capitalization there. Okay, now I'm going to choose. Oh, yeah. Okay, I did. Okay, C. It's 181. So let's try U. Try U. Ah, okay. There it did. W, T, the N. All right. You should also test to make sure question mark and an exclamation point work in the middle here sometime. But it looks like this is it. This will do what we need to do. So anyway, I've left some of these other ones for you to do, which you better do. Just a couple of them, I guess. And Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.